Since February 24, 2022, when Russia launched its full-scale invasion, I have spent a lot of time in Ukraine making 3 documentaries. And I've covered most of Israel's wars over the last 50 years. I was last there in the hours following the October 7 pogrom. Situations are different, of course. The number of civilian deaths caused by Israel's response in Gaza has no Russian equivalent because Ukraine did not expand its response into enemy territory. And just looking at I can see how opposite comparison might come to mind. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu attacks same way as Russian President Vladimir Putin, while ruins in Gaza don't look all that different from those region. Mariupol. But the truth is that both Ukraine and Israel are victims of aggression. His attackers share the strategy of deliberately striking civilian targets. The two are indirectly linked. Iran, which provides Putin with Shahed drones, which I saw barely miss the car carrying Ukrainian commander Artem Bogomolov in the Bakhmut region. The same Iran that has made its training camps, instructors and perhaps strategies available to Hamas in Lebanon. Worse, 2 attackers, Putin and Hamas, share a direct connection. Moscow is the only major capital where Palestinian terrorists were welcomed both before and after October 7 attack. Add to this Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan's vague game of multiplying friendly gestures towards Putin and describing Hamas as saviors. Add that fact that China refuses to condemn Hamas and at the same time does not miss opportunity confirm its deep friendship with Russia, which has its trust. The situation is clear if you take seriously the art of seeing the world as one city. On one hand, there are 2 flawed democracies that emerged from wars of decolonization in Israel and Ukraine. One against British Empire, other against Soviet, later Russian, Empire. On other side, there is an alliance that unites Russia with Eurasian ambitions against local foreign democrats, Islamic International, with direct line from Taliban Qatar, via Hamas, neo-Ottoman Turkey, and Iran suddenly nostalgic for great days of Persian Empire, a neo-imperial China that never stops counting points, monitoring America's willingness come aid of its allies in Europe Near East, biding time before deciding whether open third front in Taiwan. No, this is a political ideological war between supporters and opponents of freedom law. By global I mean entire world, including the South as well as West Israel and Ukraine, the first targets in the early stages of this global war. Know what is at stake. In Glory to Heroes, I filmed Ukrainian soldiers, whose model was Israel Defense Forces, and IDF soldiers fighting in the ranks of Ukrainian army. I spent time in Jewish communities in Odessa and Dnipro. Those living there prayed with one voice for the victory of Ukraine and Israel. And I know Israel well enough to know that its civil society sided with occupied Ukraine.